What we're going to do is going to look at how to play kind of 50s, how the guys in the 50s played rock and roll. They didn't string bend as much. They weren't doing anything like that a whole lot. So they were mostly playing a lot of double stuff, a la Chuck Berry. I think they would probably listen to Les Paul, Merle Travis, Chet Atkins, and Chuck Berry, so a lot of it's double stops. Now, what we're basing this on is a minor pentatonic, okay, and we're just in the key of A, and a blues scale in the key of A as well. We're also basing on three chords. It's the one chord, which is A. You're going to bar across all six strings with your first finger, and then your third finger is going to go on the 7th fret on the A string, and then your second finger is going to go on the 6th fret on the G string. That's a one chord. That's an A7. And then they base it on a D9. They bar your third finger across the top three strings, E, B, and G. Put your second finger on the 5th fret on the A string, and your first finger will go on the D string, 4th fret. And then we just move this up the conveyor belt. That's how Roberts would say. Top three strings on the 7th fret, be an E9 chord. Here's our E, 7th fret on the A string, and then our first finger here is on the 6th fret right here on the D string. Now the basic box is this. You're going to bar your finger across strings 1st and 2nd, E and B, and then you go 8th fret and then 5th fret. So that's the first move, and then we go a bit of a blues scale here. So now I'm barring across the B and G and B strings on the 8th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret. So then they would play also the 7th fret on the D and G string using my third finger, and then 5th fret on the D, G. So this is outlining kind of an A7 chord. And then one line might be go. It's going on the E and B string, 8th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret. So I have. So that is what they would, one way of doing it. The other thing they might do, it's very common during that era, is having your third finger on the 7th fret on the B string, and then your pinky on the E string on the 8th fret. That's kind of like over an A chord. That'd be like an A6 with a, well, actually an A minor 6. So I can go. So I'm just doing the same line I did before, but now I'm going to do this. And they would just bend that B string just up a bit. And they would also move that one up. It's an A11 chord, but so I can play that and go. So I'm just going. Okay, and now work over the A7 chord. Now here's the cool thing. When I work over the D9, I have a couple different things go on here. I have a D9 chord like this, and I have a D7 chord. It looks like a D7 pattern 2 bar chord. But I put my pinky on the 8th fret. That same lick will also work over a D. If I bar the top three strings, and I'm outlining that D9 chord as well. So if someone's playing through a D9, I can know. Now this is also, when I do this is also a D6. So I play a D6 bar chord shape, pattern 2, and I play everything on, including the first string. This is also a D6 chord. So then go to D9. Now the other cool thing is when I play the top 3 strings here, I am on the 7th fret on the E, B, and G strings. I'm also applying an E9 chord. And I go to D9, and we have back A. You can hear it. Try to play some dead thumb. So just remember, when you're playing A, you can play that whole box. When you're playing D, you can play that whole box as well. I wouldn't play that one on the D, although it will work kind of, but you're trying to follow the chords. And the E is this. Now actually, if you put think about this for a second. No, it won't work. But that will definitely work for the E9. Now another thing they would do is they take that same box and move it to different chord shapes. So I was thinking like A7, which I just showed you earlier, then moving to the 10th fret, which would be the D, and then moving to the 12th fret. So now I can go. Then I can go 10th fret. That's just different ways of playing. Instead of just playing in that box, you can move around to each chord. Common thing would be wipeout. The solo for wipeout is something like that. So a lot of those guys played in that sort of way. So I hope that helps, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.